We're recording now.
So, during our last session, I believe Beth was discharged from the hospital, and she began to toy around with the magic that she had, um, these new magical abilities that she had has suddenly learned to, or is learning to control. Um, and now that she has died and seen beyond the veil, she has seen ghosts throughout the hospital and throughout the world at large. They're just kind of becoming a kind of daily thing for her at this point. And it was during these. That's right. One of these ghosts actually appeared over her bed and told her to go to Moth Park, a place she used to jog through quite often. And upon investigating that area, you guys found a tree and a woman lying dead beneath it. Do you guys remember what happened after that?
Yes, I do recall a few things. Um, Going back a bit, there was some things we skipped over. There was some tension rising back in the apartments because we were going to be moving soon. Um, uh, Yuko had not gone to see Beth like at all after making sure that she was okay. Uh, so there's like, where have you been? Yeah, I've been places. I'm totally not obsessing over anything, not at all. Um, uh, yeah, little does she know. Beth got really kind of mad because of the way Yuko was treating her. And I think Raven was kind of pissed too. But they cut a deal. It's like, you help me, I'll help you kind of deal. Uh,
Hmm.
and in exchange for helping um, Beth try to, make amends to what remains of that guy's family. What did Beth offer in exchange, Ben? Do you remember?
Drugs.
Oh, that's right, drugs. There's nothing.
Definitely thought you were taking the whole bottle.
No, yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember. Yeah, I'll take the whole bottle. Nah, I didn't take the whole bottle. I'm not that crazy. Not yet. um,
You're getting there.
we're
You're getting there.
definitely getting there. Definitely getting there. Anyways, after that, or maybe it was before that, I went to see Margaret, the mage, as we have found out. She's no longer Margaret the Menace. Nah, she has awakened. She's Margaret the mage. Um, kind of deal with Margaret. Tell me more about the organization that Miss Riley is a part of, and we'll get the fuck out of your hair. Isn't that what you want? It's like, yeah, that's what I want. I'm paying you my rent.
I seem to recall actually that she made that deal with you.
Yes,
She at this point she doesn't even care about the rent. She just wants you guys out of there before you burn the apartment down again.
and I
You
tried to
know.
explain, and Yuko tried to explain to her, oh no, we didn't summon that ghost, man. That just appeared there. And she's like, sure it did. Sure, I believe you. It's like, do I really look like the kind of person who would summon a fucking fire demon into the house? Yuko says with her, like, ruffled up hair and shit.
One of her eyes twitching.
One of her eyes twitching, you know? Talking about promises and towers and shit. Yeah, you definitely look like that kind of person. Anyways, so cut that deal. From there, the next morning happened. Beth told Yuko about her experience the previous night. Um, we found out something was going on because there's water all over the fucking carpet, from the melted snow, and you know bits of snow like just left in the windows. I wonder if she's even alive. Didn't have some fucking hypothermia going on. Can't call for help. You know. Anyways, so Youko, hearing this, is like, all right, let's go and check it out. Yeah, I don't see anything, wrong about, wrong about this situation. Let's go fucking check it out. So we went to the park, and then
Raven was a bit more reluctant, I seem to recall.
Yes, that is correct.
Raven's always more reluctant.
She is the
That's
voice.
her thing. That's her thing now. She's just reluctant Raven.
Oh, that's good alliteration.
That is, actually. So we went to the park, found out a bit about the park, about how it was, donated, the land was donated from, I can't remember the guy's name, actually. I think it was Nathan something, right?
Potentially. Let me look that up really quick.
Might have been Nathan.
Yeah,
I
some
know
really
it's right here. Thomas Moth.
Thomas Mock, yeah. Park was kind of weird. We found, a field full of doll heads. Yeah, doll heads in the middle of the park. Yeah, kind of creepy, Then we followed deeper in. There was something that Beth could see that Youko and Raven could not. A ghost, I reckon. And we followed said ghost to...
It was the same lady that had appeared before her.
Yeah, we followed said ghost to a tree where we found a corpse under the tree. And then shit started to get kind of weird. We found out...
Yeah, that started to get weird.
Yeah, you're right. It was probably way before that. But anyways, weirdness aside, we did a bit of research, found out what the fuck was going on, what happened to this woman. Apparently she was killed by the tree. That's what we had figured out through psychometry and other shenanigans. And then we heard a twig snap, and we looked over, and it's the homeless guy from outside of the library. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Youko, in all of her foolishness and brashness, gave chase to the man, not realizing at first who it was, thinking, he might know something about the tree. Maybe even that he was the killer, in fact. Because at the time, she didn't really understand the concept of the tree having killed people. So she ran off, leaving Beth and Raven to do their thing. Raven very quickly began to take Beth back to the car, not wanting to just leave her there, and then, make her way back towards Youko. But onto Yuko's part, she gave chase to the man, and, neither her or the guy could really gain any sort of traction in the woods. It was all kinds of fucked. Youko isn't exactly the athlete she used to be, and, the homeless guy is, well, homeless guy. So neither of them really did well. Eventually, he hid behind a tree. He's like, we just want the books back, or something along those lines, and Yuko's like, I just want to get to the tower! It's sort of like yelling incoherently at each other. I try to explain, Youko, I'm just gonna say fuck it. I try to explain to the guy, I don't want to hurt you, okay? I just want you to answer some of my questions, right? But the guy's like, nah, fuck that. You shot at me. And he rushes me. I tried to shoot him in the foot. Big mistake. I shot myself in the foot. Not literally, figuratively, of course. And I got held up by my own gun. Embarrassingly enough.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. So he was gonna shoot me if I didn't give the gun up. He had it pinned against my chest, and he's gonna fucking shoot me. So I let go of the gun. I fall on my ass. I fall onto my ass. And then he points the gun at me. I'm like, if you shoot me, if you kill me, you'll never find your books. And I think that sent him for a spin. Actually, is what you said. He's like, something along those lines, right?
Yeah.
He hesitated.
he tried to get you to come with him.
Yeah, he tried to kidnap me. But I was hesitantly, about going there. So instead, what I did was I tried to, clue in my roommates about what the fuck was going on. So I started yelling incoherently about librarians and how evil they are. And then I got pistol whipped and knocked the fuck out. And then Raven came into the situation having followed my voice through the woods.
And she got shot.
And
Just
she got
immediately shot.
Yeah, she peeks out from around the corner, gets shot in the fucking shoulder. And then it turns out the homeless guy outside the library was actually was it somebody you bullied in school, or
Old classmate of Raven's by the name of Frank Tanner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I had remembered hearing something about bullying, though I wasn't sure. Did I?
Your character doesn't.
I know that. I'm just trying to tell the audience, okay? I'm just trying to tell the audience. They need to know these things. Of course, Youko has no fucking idea. Thankfully, Raven was able to cut a deal. I'll bring you the books, but let me take my roommate to the hospital. So this guy agreed to it. Yeah, he agreed to it. All right, meet me back here at midnight or something. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Meet me back here at midnight. Totally not a trap. Totally not gonna kill you.
Come alone. Come alone.
Come alone. It's totally not a trap. I'm not gonna get revenge for all of those years in high school.
No. That will happen.
They went to the hospital. Youko woke up, of course. She was feeling very guilty about what had happened. I actually got the guilty condition from that. She wasn't too hurt, though, thankfully. Excuse me.
Raven was actually more hurt.
Yeah.
But she discharged early from the hospital and is still limping around with 2 lethal damage, I believe.
Yes, that is correct. And Youko is currently at the house with Beth. But for how much longer? And I think that's where we left off.
All right. So outside, the winds are howling, and snow is pelting down against the window, and Youko, you just can't sleep.
Currently, what she's thinking about, she's just going over, that situation that she got herself into. She's just sort of, having, this situation just run through her head, about all of the different things that she could have done, about how if she had just aimed for the leg, or the chest even, but in all seriousness, she's just running through that scenario in her head, over and over and over and over again.
Where are you right now in the apartment?
I'm gonna say she's in her bed. She's just seeing around her, with a dim light, is also the reminder, of just how far she's sort of fallen. Plastered all over the walls are these, pages and sticky notes, just everywhere. Drawings over the walls, just sort of connecting them all together about all of the, research that she has done into the contents of these books. And she just can't fucking take it. So she gets up and she leaves her room. What is Beth doing?
It's exactly what I was about to ask.
What time is it?
It is maybe about 12:30.
Like 1/2 noon?
No,
midnight.
midnight.
Oh, and has Raven returned to us yet?
No. She left half an hour ago.
I guess she will stare out the window, like the front window, and try to try to see if she can like sense her friend, in this with this magical stuff. See if she can tell if her friend's, alive and well from this distance.
How are you doing that exactly?
Well, she's staring out the window and I guess looking for, meaning and whatever she happens to see.
So are you like switching to like active mage sight or
Yeah, sure.
okay? So your mage sight doesn't tell you anything useful about the fate of your friend, unfortunately. You probably have to be like looking at her. Outside, you can see a ghost kind of wandering down the street. But aside from that,
Well, this is awesome. I'm going to.
it's mostly concealed by the snowstorm outside, but you can feel it. You know it's there, and every once in a while you see like a flicker of movement as it kind of shuffles along.
So she's just sitting there, right? Just staring out the window?
And I assume in the living room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sneak past her.
All right. If Beth could make a wits composure versus a stealth dexterity from Youko.
Okay, do I have any sort of advantages, like since she's distracted or whatnot?
You do actually, because you are in active mage sight. You're going to take a -1, Beth.
Okay.
Wits composure.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Well, I'm
Jesus
only rolling
Christ.
3 dice, so I'm guessing I'm not going to succeed.
Try for a
But let's
10.
see. Roll 10s. But no. 0 successes.
You're so caught up in exploring your new senses that you're completely oblivious as Yuko slips out the front door.
And she'll wheel herself back to Yuko's room, and she'll bang on the door. Hey, I can't open the front door. Open the front door for me.
I'm going to say the door to Yuko's room wasn't like closed properly, and so it kind of like when you bump it, it swings open, and you see her bed is just empty.
What the hell? She's sneaking out the window now?
Little does Beth know.
Well, I guess I'll try to open the door myself. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess nobody's around to see me, so maybe that's a good thing.
At this point,
Sure.
I would say Yuko is just wondering. Like, she's just gonna leave, and she's gonna wonder. Pretty much.
Okay.
Does this incite my haste since I'm just, hastily leaving like this?
It definitely does.
Okay.
And remember, you gained the additional one from
Gotcha.
the session start.
Got it. Okay.
So keep in mind that outside is currently a level 2 extreme environment. So after your character's stamina and hours pass, you will start taking 2 points of lethal damage per hour that you're out there.
Okay. Well, noticing that
Or lethal, I
there's...
mean bashing.
Okay. Well, noticing that it's pretty much a fucking blizzard, she's just gonna... What does she, like, where does she know about, like, areas she could go in Boston?
Do
I need to make a roll?
Yeah, give me a streetwise, either intelligence or wits.
I have I'll go wits, streetwise, and I have good few in streetwise, actually. One second. What is my guilty? -3 resolve. Okay. Alright, in that case, I'm gonna make streetwise wits. That's, 6. No successes.
Okay, you have no idea where you could go. In fact, you just... I'd say you just start wandering randomly until you don't even know where you are anymore.
Where do I end up? Like, what's the area around me like is what I'm asking.
It's very difficult to tell. That the snow is just blanketing everything. Every once in a while, a car will drive by, but to your right is several just like tenement buildings, and on your left you see a donut shop with a flickering neon sign that cuts through the storm.
And my eyes were blind by the flash of the neon lights that split the night. Anyways, songs aside, does she have any money left at this point?
Give
What's going on? Mike, are you there?
mediator, I guess.
Okay,
Roll your integrity.
it completely broke up there. What do you want me to roll?
Integrity.
It's-
They'll function as kind of like a luck kind of
Okay,
measurement.
so my integrity is D10s?
Say again.
My integrity is D10s?
Yes.
No successes.
Yep, you're completely broke.
Of course. Well, I can't go to the donut shop. I have no fucking money. She's just gonna keep walking, I guess. Looking for somewhere she can go. In the meantime, you can switch over to someone else if you want to.
So
Hello?
tell me.
God damn it. God, fuck. Okay. That's annoying. Like how it just starts having fucking problems when we're playing. God damn it.
Already weakened state, that the cold is would probably, really screw her up. You know what? She's all alone here and pretty much defenseless, and that is not a good feeling. So she gets incensed and she goes into Yuko's room, which thankfully,
Brian, could you open that door for me, man? Could you open that door for me? My internet signal is being really fucked right now. Yeah, can you just keep it open?
has a. Then she realizes she doesn't really have to.
Huh? Sure. Hey, are you guys there? What the fuck?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, we're here.
I'm just having internet troubles.
So we go.
Yeah. Also, could it be possible to close your door? Your closet door? Like, the less between me and internet is better.
When Beth realized verbiage. yeah, so she has to be, you know, you're not gonna let me know that you're gonna go anywhere. What the hell? I thought we were trying to be friends. And she'll see if she can, you know, get a good 300 word essay of her anger. She will her situation.
Fuck.
Can you hear any of us, Mitchell?
Mitchell. Mitchell. Calling Mitchell. Testing 1, 2.
Yeah, I can. It's just like I don't understand why it's doing this. Okay, can everybody just real quick try talking? Just one person at a time.
Testing.
Okay. Marie, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Huh?
Okay, it broke up there. Micah, can you try something real quick? Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, it's still fucking doing.
hey.
It's still fucking doing this. Oh my god. Okay. One second. I'm just gonna. You guys can keep going or just pause. I'm just gonna try something real quick. Very sorry. I'll be right back. Fuck, man. Dude, I cannot stand shitty fucking internet.
Does that usually happen when it happens?
Sometimes, dude, it's just like, this is not something that's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it sounds like you're into something real serious. That's real cool. I mean, what you're into is real cool, but you know, the internet's getting overhead. Wish I had a hotspot to give you. I had a cricket though.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
This letter is earth-shaking. Like, it will just, like, it cuts to the core of Yuko's being.
Excellent.
Um,
Did I mention my virtue was passion?
yes. This,
Okay. What's going on, guys? Fuck.
this is passionate.
My is hate that recognize that.
Do you think reading
You know what I mean?
you?
Maybe obsessing over the wrong thing and letting her, you know, relationships go to hell. I guess that would be repentant. That's what I want. Repentant.
Okay.
One second.
Okay, so for making a condition, what disadvantage do you think that would apply to her, character-wise, or yeah, stat-wise?
Let's see. Maybe she gets the, you know, the 9 and 10 bonuses or whatever to make up for the shit that she did, but then she doesn't get the 10s bonuses, the exploding 10s for things um, that don't try to make up for the shit she did. something like that.
That could work, yeah. And what do you say the resolution to this condition would be?
Probably, probably some kind of a, if not an apology, something where the two of us, hug it out and move forward with our relationship as friends.
Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the issues I was having seem to have resolved. What exactly did I miss? I'm very sorry about that.
You didn't miss anything too important. Beth wrote a letter. She rolled pretty well on it on her expression roll.
Nice. Did you text it to me, or?
No, I believe you don't have your phone, right?
No, I did.
She got another phone then?
Beth doesn't have.
Because remember, the fairies stole your old phone.
Oh fuck! You're right. The fairies did steal my other phone.
Yeah.
I just realized. I'm pretty sure I tried to text Miss Riley last session.
Well, maybe between the seasons, you managed to get another phone. We can say that.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a phone. All right.
In that case, Beth, did you text it to her, this message?
I thought Beth lost her phone at the tree for some reason.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did. I assumed you were doing this on a computer or something, Beth.
Oh, that's a good point. So I could actually.
You gotta send this shit over Facebook Messenger, bro.
Yeah, she's gonna send it, and of course it's gonna be, the 200 letters or whatever at a time, and it'll be just this long, this immense set, a ballad, if you will, of these words that will hopefully stab to the core.
Do you want to read it out as I look at the message?
You want me to actually come up with a really cool?
Well, I mean, if you want to, yeah.
Or you can just summarize what exactly are you just attacking her personal flaws, or
mainly she's gonna pick a fight that she's being a loner when she doesn't have to be a loner. And by the way, I have to be a loner because I'm fucked up.
And you guys just left me alone.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't have said, "Hey, I'm gonna go out for a while," So I think lots of alternatives will be revealed that she could have done, that she could have done with 30 seconds,
And selfishness going on with her obsession.
Yeah, lots of selfishness. Why is she helping with my obsession? So.
And because Beth got an exceptional success on this letter, it's actually going to inflict a condition on Youko.
I have a problem.
Yes.
My conditions on my character sheet are filled.
Well, there's no limit. There's no limit on them.
Okay.
You can just keep getting conditions.
Okay,
How many do you have right now?
I have 4.
Jesus
conditions.
Christ.
What conditions do you have?
Okay, I have my obsession,
Uh-huh.
my madness. That's still a thing. I'm informed about the lines, and now I'm guilty. And apparently, I'm going to be extra guilty.
Repentant is the. Would repentant be?
What is it? Would repentant
Be a good term for the?
I would say repentant is
name for the go lose your 10 again on actions that aren't moving toward redeeming yourself
Yeah, I would say that's
in Beth's eyes, or what
yeah, I would say that's
actions that are helping to repair your relationship with Beth.
no 10 again on actions other than repairing relationship with Beth. Got it.
And I believe, Benji, you said 9 again on things that are directly like helping to repair the relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're helping Beth, you would reroll on a 9 or a 10.
Okay. 9 again on actions for repairing this relationship. Okay. Got it. Okay. So I see this. This text. My messenger goes up, bing, and I open up my phone, and I scroll to it, and of course, Beth, if you're on Facebook, you can see that I've seen the message, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I've seen it, and I just look at it for a long moment, and I just stare right at that message. And I'm just gonna say she just starts fucking crying. Like right in the middle of the fucking blizzard. Even when I try to fix the situation, I just fuck it up more. I don't respond to it. But at this point, she's like pretty much having a fucking breakdown. And, have I moved to another area by this time? Micah? I think you're muted if you're talking.
And as you don't know where. Can you not hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
I still know where she is.
Okay. So she's just basically in the middle of nowhere.
You're
What? Oh my fucking god. Why is this happening?
just in the city. This feels so bad. You don't know where. You were lost in.
Poor Mitchell.
I'm lost in the city. That's all I got. I have no idea where I'm at. Fuck this internet connection. God damn it. Anyways.
Exactly.
Okay. So at this point, I'm lost in the city. I'm having a fucking breakdown. I'm just gonna say she fucking loses it. She just... This is kind of melodramatic, I know as well, but fuck it. We're just gonna go with it. I'm not a sane person. She just falls to her hands and knees, and she just yells out, "Alright, you're good. Just do it!" She just yells out, "If I'm gonna die, just fucking kill me." And she just screams that out at like the top of her lungs, right? And she just keeps on yelling that. Because that's what she's gonna do, pretty much.
And it howls back indifferently.
Not surprising.
A few cars drive by. The people in the cars stare at you briefly and keep driving as you scream and rail against the world in the street.
And rail I shall.
And I think we should cut to Raven now. It's around this time that you've made it to you make it to Moth Park, and you find the main gate is locked.
Oh.
And quick question: I assume you're in your car right now. Did you bring your gun with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that my gun has done me any good so far in the game, but I brought it. Gate is locked, huh?
Yep.
Maybe. I don't know. Raven kind of feels like she should just throw the books to the other side of the gate and go home. um, oh, let's see. I don't know how to. I don't know how to like pick a lock or anything. So.
The fence does look climbable.
Okay. All right. So these books. I guess are in a backpack or something.
I would assume so. I'm willing to let you dictate how you're carrying the books.
Okay.
I think there's about 6 of them.
Yeah, I guess they would have to be. I guess I'm going to say they're in a backpack. So I don't know. That adds a lot of weight, but I will attempt to climb over the fence.
Okay. Give me a athletics strength roll.
Okay, so I guess I'm just rolling the chance die.
Oh shit. Okay.
And no.
I'm gonna say you managed to make it gashing your leg in the process if you fall down onto the other side. Yes.
Okay. So I'm on the right side of the fence now, but
you're gonna take 2 points of bashing damage.
2 points bash. Oh no. Shit, I don't have a... Alright. Okay, so I guess I'm just gonna get up and try to dust myself off as best I can.
Hey, I'm gonna try to move to another.
Dollhead.
I'm gonna try to move to another fucking place. This is ridiculous. Of course not. You guys can continue while I'm just trying to move around here.
So, as you're cutting through the park, right, you're sprinting out across one of the fields, and you see a large, dark shape of a car cruising down the road in the park.
Okay.
Despite the fact that the gates are locked and the park is closed, there appears to be a car driving around.
Well, that's weird. It must have gotten in here somehow. Can I see, can I make out, like, the driver or even see how many people are in the car?
Between the darkness and the blizzard, no. You just see the vague shape of it moving towards you, actually.
Coming towards me?
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't think they've seen you, but they are coming in your general direction.
Okay. So I'm gonna keep, going the direction that I was going, but I want to try to, avoid being seen by the car until I can kind of try to see, if Frank is in there and if there are other people there or whatever,
Okay. So give me a stealth dexterity, and you're going to have a +4 on this.
+4. Where's stuff?
Because you said you're just like holding still and like trying.
What?
So are you like continuing to advance into the woods, or are you like hiding until they like pass by? Are you trying to sneak by, or are you trying to hide? Is essentially.
Well, I want to. I mean, I guess it depends on how they're coming exactly, because I want to be able to see if Frank's in the car, or like at least see how many people are in the car or whatever. So if like continuing to go the way that I'm going would make me get out of the range of the car, then I don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes. So give me a stealth dexterity to see if you can like hide till they pass by, and then maybe get a look at them.
With it +4 or no?
Yes, with the +4.
Okay.
Okay, I moved somewhere new. Hopefully this will alleviate my issues. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
2 successes, and yes, I did hear you, Mitchell.
Okay, so as the car gets closer, you can see that it's a police cruiser.
Oh, okay.
Which makes sense. There was a murder here just yesterday.
Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely want to just stay out of sight then.
Yeah, so they slowly kind of cruise by, and they seem to be heading out of the park, and so they pass on by and disappear into the storm.
Okay. So I'll keep moving for my destination.
So as you cut through the forest, you pass by the doll heads, no problem, and you get to the woods. And eventually, as you're trying to find your meeting spot with Frank, you pass by that sycamore tree, and Lenora's body is gone, and there's like police tape that's been kind of broken by the winds scattered about the tree.
I'm gonna keep my distance from the tree, I think.
Probably a good idea. So as you pass through, as you get closer to the hiding spot, you start to hear Frank's voice, kind of like muttering through the storm. Can't make out what he's saying.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And as you pass through, as you get closer to the clearing where he shot you and beat the shit out of Youko, you can see him like standing there, kind of like pacing back and forth, mumbling to himself, "Where is she? I'm fucking cold."
Okay. I'm gonna make sure that my gun is easily. Maybe I'll just take it out and hold it in my hand or something. I don't know.
All right.
and I'm gonna look around and see if I see anybody else or any signs that there's anybody with him or anything like that.
What's composure?
With composure. Nothing. No successes.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, in the darkness and the storm, you can't see anyone else.
Okay. All right, I'll go up just close enough that I can maybe he'd be able to hear me, but not see me right away.
All right, give me another stealth dexterity roll. This is going to be contested then.
Oh, dexterity. I never find. Damn it. Oh, no successes. What?
So
Yeah.
You don't know what tipped him off. Maybe you stepped on a twig or something, but he suddenly just turns and he looks at you.
Okay. I'm gonna say hi, Frank.
His eyes narrow when he sees the gun in your hand. We agreed not to bring any guns. What the fuck?
Did we agree not to bring guns? Is that accurate?
You did, actually.
Oh, I did not. I didn't remember that part. Okay. I guess I will say I'll put the gun in my purse or whatever, and I'll say, okay, Frank, I'm sorry. I was a little worried that you weren't going to be here by yourself.
Yeah, well,
girl can't be too careful,
I thought about it, honestly. Showing up with other people, but he starts kind of like ambling towards you. What were you doing here the other day around that tree? Huh?
Well, Frank, that's kind of a long and crazy story. And I'm not sure if I told you the truth, you'd believe me.
Did you hear it crying?
I didn't hear anything. Did you hear it crying?
He nods. That tree kills people.
Yep.
Traps them inside its bark. I come around. I wasn't looking for you. I wasn't trying to ambush you or anything yesterday. I was just coming to listen to them. Every time there's a murder in this park, every time a tweaker overdoses or a mugging goes wrong, there's another voice in that tree, another voice crying, another one pleading for help.
And you like to come here and listen to him?
I come here and I hear them begging for release. I hear them begging for help. But what can I do? What can I do, Raven?
I don't know, Frank.
And night after night, it just, year after year, it grows like a fucking chorus. So you tell me, what were you doing here yesterday? If you know something about that fucking tree, you tell me, Raven. You fucking tell me.
Well, it sounds like I know. It sounds like you know more than me, Frank. I know that my friend who was with me, the one that was in the wheelchair, that friend, she didn't say anything about here in the tree, but she could see the people that the tree killed. She could see the ghosts, and so and I felt that. I felt it. I felt the tree, and I knew that it was bad. I knew that it was killing people, but I don't really know
He
anything
buries
else.
his face in his hands and starts just weeping. So you believe me? After all
Yeah,
these years, you believe me?
yeah, I believe you. I believe you. That tree is definitely a problem, and I didn't, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, maybe I wouldn't have believed you, but I've been through a lot in the past little while, and I have come to realize that a lot of things, can be real that we didn't think could be real before. I don't know how to stop the tree, though. I mean, have people ever tried? Have people tried cutting it
No,
down?
no, not that I know of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if any of that would work. I didn't know about the tree at all until yesterday. I was just coming along with my friend. My
But
friend said that a
surely,
ghost
surely
over here.
you or your friends, you know about magic. I mean, look at you. You must know something that can help, that can stop it.
Well, I'm not sure. We haven't really, I mean, we didn't know about the tree at all until yesterday when you saw us. And so that was when we were just finding out about it. And I don't know. And we, we are certainly just learning about this kind of magic. And so I haven't really given it a lot of thought yet as to we might be able to do anything about this or stop the tree from killing or whatever. I don't know. Do you have ideas?
He kind of just like kind of sadly shakes his head. No, no, I don't. Neither does the rest
So,
of my group.
yeah. So
And it's just
what
gonna keep killing. Oh God, it's just gonna keep killing.
do you think that there's something in these books that could help us figure it out?
Hmm? Well, perhaps. Some of them talk about spirits. I haven't really read them though, just skimmed through them.
How come the books are so important to you, Frank?
Oh, they're not important to me. They're important to Randolph.
Oh, who's
The
Randolph?
bait, he calls them.
The what?
He calls it our bait.
Eight.
Yes, well, witches sometimes come perusing the library for books like that. When they come to us, they're easier to identify.
Witches, huh?
Yeah. He kind of like eyes you with this expression that you can't quite pin down.
And if witches come looking for the books, what happens then?
Yeah, it's not important. Do you have the books, all of them?
Yeah, I have them.
Let's see them. I want to see them. Show them. Hmm?
Okay, I take off the backpack and I kind of set it on the ground and unzip it.
He walks over, kneels down, and starts rifling through the bag. Yeah, okay. Picks up the backpack, slings it over his shoulder. And he starts to walk away, and then he stops and he turns around. One last question, Raven.
What's that, Frank?
Why didn't you shoot?
Why didn't I shoot?
Yeah. the way you and those other girls and boys tormented me in high school, the way you threw rocks at me, kicked me, spat on me. Why didn't you fucking shoot me? Huh?
I'm not proud of those things that I went along with in high school, Frank. I'm not proud of them. There are reasons, I guess, but they're just small-minded excuses, really, and I'm sorry that I did it. And I don't
You want my forgiveness?
no, I
You want
don't
my
think
forgiveness?
no, I don't think I deserve your forgiveness, Frank.
Help me help the people trapped in that fucking tree, and we'll be square. Yeah? You say you've turned a new leaf. Fucking prove it.
I would love to help those people. I don't know how to do that. What do you? I mean, you
You're
know.
obviously more into this magical voodoo shit than I am. Do some research, figure it out. I don't know.
Well, you have access to this library of these amazing books. I'm just saying. I think that you obviously know things I don't know about this tree and about magic and this
Oh,
whole
I know
group you
nothing
belong
about magic. Nothing. Randolph maybe, but no. Randolph, he doesn't care about the tree. You see, the witches are the problem to him. Only the witches. He doesn't care about
to.
anything else. And I keep trying to tell him I've been out on the streets for years and just I've seen shit. There's more than than just witches and Wiccans doing rituals. There's more than just that to worry about.
Yeah. Lots of weird stuff out there that I've seen the past few weeks and months that I did not know existed before.
What about the other girl, the one in the wheelchair? You said she had seen the ghosts.
Yeah, she can see them, but that's
Could
a
she
new
do
thing
something?
for her.
Could she perhaps I don't know, tap into something or I
She
don't know. Come on here, help me out.
I don't I don't know, but I think that it's possible. But she just got this power to see these ghosts and stuff, and so I think it's something that she kind of has to figure out exactly what she can do and how she does it. You know what I mean? Like she doesn't know exactly how to control it and how to use it yet. But
Well, while she's figuring that out, let's hope no one else dies.
do you want to work on this with us?
Yeah, yeah. If if you're not jerking my chain, yeah.
No, I'm not. If I can, try to help alleviate some pain, some suffering, and try to make sure other people don't have to die, then I'm all for doing that. We're just gonna have to try to put our heads together and figure out how to make that happen. But I can't have you beating my friends to a bloody pulp, though. Okay, Frank?
She shot at me. Okay.
Okay. Can we put that past us now?
He's silent for a moment, and then he turns and he kind of like walks back over to you and extends a hand.
Okay. I'd reach out and shake his hand.
It's grubby
Okay.
and greasy and kind of leaves like black stains on your fingers.
I do my best to not notice and not react to any ickiness I may encounter.
Just help me save those people, Raven. You know it's the right thing to do.
Okay. Well, how can I get in touch with you, Frank?
I suppose I could meet you somewhere tomorrow, per se.
Okay, where would you like to meet?
Where would you like to meet?
Um,
If we're going to be examining the tree a bit more closely, perhaps we should meet by the tree, perhaps during the day. It doesn't seem to kill people during the day,
it,
usually.
it doesn't, huh? Okay,
All
all right, we
right.
can do that. We'll meet. We can meet tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
He kind of like motions to the books. He's like, I'll bring these just in case there's anything useful.
Okay. I'll talk to my friends and we'll see what we can figure out too. If we can come up with any ideas.
All right, all right. Yeah. And then he kind of just trails off and like walks off into the forest.
She's gonna watch him until she can't see him anymore, and then she'll just turn around and start going back the way she came.
All right. Well, you make it back out of the park without any problems and make it back to your car safely. And you get back to your apartment without any problems. It's around 1:30 when you get back.
Okay, I'm gonna go in and try to find some first aid stuff and clean out my gashy wound.
Beth, Raven comes back.
Um, did I was I able to calm down enough to like go to bed?
You tell me. I'm going to say, for the sake of argument, that you are still up.
Oh yeah, because she's my friend, and I had to wait for her to be alive and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not mad at Raven.
Right. Definitely not. Raven, how did it go? You didn't get shot again, did you?
No, this just happened. I had to climb over the fence because the gate was closed, and I had a little slip up and cut myself, but it's fine.
So we had to get rid of the books, huh?
Yeah, I did give the books back to Frank, um, but Frank said that he didn't say anything about seeing anybody near the tree or on the tree, but he said he could hear people crying and wailing and stuff. And he said, that tree kills people and stuff. And so, I mean, he evidently has some kind of power similar to yours, but maybe with just he hears things instead of sees things. So he was pretty concerned about it, and he would like to work with us to try to see if we can figure out how to stop the tree.
Well, I'd be very interested to understand it better. I say, I wish we could understand it better without getting too close, but I have a feeling like we're gonna have to get really close. We're gonna have to touch it. We're gonna have to, I don't know, as it for these or whatever it is.
Are you willing to do that? Well, because I kind of told him that we'd meet him there tomorrow.
Well, that sounds good. I think I have I think I have physical therapy in the morning, but I think after that.
Okay.
By the way, I don't want to be a bitch, but our roommate snuck out like a teenager.
What? Yuko's not here?
She isn't. I thought she was here. I thought one of the reasons she was here because, I just had horrible burns on my body, can barely move from place to place, but I guess she didn't get that memo. No, I swear. I mean, I'm just staring out the window, so I would have seen her. So she must have like climbed out her window. You don't think she was like ghosted or something? I mean, I guess ghost visited me. Maybe. Oh man, I hope that's not it. Kind of wrote her a note.
So how long, do you know how long she's been gone?
At least a couple hours.
And you don't know where she went? And we decided that Beth doesn't have her phone because she just lost it yesterday, but Yuko has another phone right now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to call Yuko on my phone.
Okay.
Yuko,
Where am I?
you've been wandering around just crying for another hour, so you're going to take 2 more points to bashing damage.
Oh, I took bashing damage on it? Oh, shit. Okay.
Yes.
How much bashing have I taken total?
4.
4. Okay. I'm just gonna send this to the chat. 1 second. So I get a call? Who's it from?
Actually, I'm sorry. You've taken 2 points of bashing damage because you've only been out for 2 hours. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
But yeah, so your phone starts vibrating in your pocket.
I bring it out. Who is it?
It's Raven calling.
It's Raven.
Okay.
That's what the caller ID says. Do you answer?
I'll answer it. I flip the phone open, and shivering, I bring it up to the side of my face, and I'm sniffling and fucking crying. Hello.
Yuko?
Yeah,
Where are you?
I left
Why?
because I'm a danger to you.
Oh, Yuko. I'm so tired. Just come back. Let's talk about this tomorrow. It's cold. I've just been out in the cold. I got injured again. I want to go to bed. But you got to just come back here.
As you're walking, Yuko, you come around the corner and you see a homeless shelter. The lights are still on. They seem to still be taking people.
Okay. I say to Raven, I found somewhere to stay for tonight. If you want to come get me in the morning, you can.
Where are you going to stay?
It's a homeless shelter around here.
And the call drops.
God damn it.
Do I notice the call drops?
Yeah, you do.
I'll send a text message to her explaining, where I'm at.
Except you don't really know where you're at.
Except I don't really know where I'm at. I just say I'm at a homeless shelter.
So you're at a homeless shelter, but you have no idea where.
Pretty much.
Okay. So I'm just gonna, I guess I will just like text back to clarify, like, so you're inside and safe for the night.
Okay, do I make it in the homeless shelter?
You do. It's just they put out like a cot and then you just sleep on top of it with a very thin blanket.
I text back, yes.
It is super chilly in this homeless shelter, and a lot of the other women around you are like coughing and hacking and sniffling throughout the night. In the distance, you can hear someone vomiting in the restroom. It's going to be a very long night.
Oh, wow. So what happens next?
Okay. So Raven's going to tell Beth, I guess, that Yuko kind of got lost and doesn't really know where she is, but she found a shelter and is inside and safe for the night. So we should just try to get some sleep, I guess.
The staff, the lights come on in the homeless shelter around 6 a.m. and the staff start like waking everyone up. One of the staff tells you, Yuko, that there is a soup kitchen just across the street and that you can get some food there.
Okay, I'll go to that. I say
You're one of the first people to... Oh, say again.
I say to her thanks, and I go on my way.
She barely like pays you any attention. There's just so many other people to help. But you get out, and there's already a line beginning to form. There's been people like sitting out in front of the soup kitchen since like maybe 4. And as you're walking towards the soup kitchen, you notice a familiar figure waiting in the burgeoning line.
Oh God, it's the homeless guy from the library. It is, isn't it?
It is Kato, your brother. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm going to add it into the chat.
Yeah, please do. Let's see. Was that a name you chose or I chose? I can't remember.
That is a name I chose.
Okay.
We never decided on a name for him.
Kaito. Okay.
Kaito, yes.
I don't know. I'm just bullshitting. Okay.
And so he's standing there in line. He's a tall guy, fairly heavy build. But when you like look at him, or at least that's how you remember him, but he just looks like incredibly like scrawny and malnourished. You can see how accentuated his cheekbones are, how thin he's gotten over the years. He looks like 20 years older.
I'm gonna approach him, and I just say,
Yuko! Yuko! he steps out of the line, just gives you a big like bear hug.
I don't.
Yuko, what are you doing here? My God, you look like shit.
Well, the feeling's mutual. I feel like shit too. But you're not looking too good yourself. What are you doing?
Well, what's new, right? What I want to know is what's mother and father's golden girl doing out here, huh?
I look away. Nothing good.
I see. Hard times then, huh?
Hard times.
Hey, well, let's get some grub to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
Okay. Let's stand in the line.
So he lets you kind of like cut in front of him, and some of the other homeless people begin grumbling. At which point he turns around and is just like, you all can just fuck off. You just fuck off. Shut your punk ass mouth. And then they back off. You eventually make it to the front of the line, and you're given your soup.
Okay. So as I have my soup, do we find a place to eat at? Is there like a table or something?
Yeah, there is a indoor kind of eating area, or at least not an indoor eating area, just like kind of like a covered area for people, and some benches underneath there that you can eat at.
Okay, I begin to sip on my soup. One tiny spoonful at a time. It tastes like shit, I imagine, right?
Yeah, but it's warm, and that's all that kind of matters right now. As Kato's practically just like devouring his bowl, um, his sleeves kind of slip down, and you can see just like all the track marks on his arm.
Track marks from what, like where he's been shooting up or something?
Yeah, just like terrible scarring up and down both his arms.
As I see this, I'm a shitty person. You know that? I couldn't.
Oh, that was good. That was good shit. What were you saying?
I'm a shitty fucking person. I didn't help you. I couldn't help my friends. And I just clanged my head against the fucking table. I hurt people.
Hey, hey, sis, you okay? Kind of pats your shoulder. Hey, it's all right.
No, it's not.
You just gotta take it one day at a time.
I don't have many days left.
Days left? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. And there's nothing that I can do about it.
You're not gonna die, Yuko, okay? I've been on the streets for like 5 years. I'm not dead. Not yet, anyway, alright? You're not gonna die from being out here for one fucking night.
It's not the streets that are gonna kill me. You haven't seen the things that I've seen.
Yeesh.
What?
Years have not been kind to you. You got a place to stay, or I mean, I guess that's a stupid question. I've got a place. You want to come home with me? You can like crash on my couch or whatever.
You have somewhere to stay and you're staying at a homeless shelter.
Oh no, I was just here for the soup kitchen. I can't pass up free grub.
Unfortunately, I have something I have to do. But, maybe there's something I can do for you, huh?
Do for me?
Yeah. You want a job?
So generous. He kind of cocks an eyebrow at that.
I can't guarantee you anything, but I'm working for somebody. Maybe I can talk to them and try to get you hired on as an assistant. And I look at him for a second, and this is your choice. Because, you're the master of your own fate. Unlike me. If you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to stop doing all of that. And I insinuate what I'm talking about with him.
And he just laughs. He just bursts out laughing. Nah, nah, I'm all right. I'm all right, Yuko.
I look at him for a second, and is it like nervous laughter, or is it just like you're fucking stupid laughter?
It's kind of like a condescending kind of laugh. And he follows that up with just kind of like, just like you to always be playing at being superior, huh? Even while you're out here just like me.
Superior. Superior. How am I superior to you?
You know what I'm talking about. You're always mother and father's favorite. And now here you are offering me a job. You've always thought that you were better than me, huh, sis?
I never thought that I was better than you. Never. To be honest with you, I want you to be happy. But you have to want that.
I'm plenty happy.
Are you? I ask.
Yeah. I mean, life is shit, but I'm doing the best that I can, right?
Do you have a job?
Yeah, I do odd jobs here and there, you know. I get by.
Is that all you want?
No. No, it's not, but I'm
Listen,
close to something, Yuko.
what do you mean?
Real close to something.
Close to what?
Say, why don't you come back to my place just for a bit? Maybe I might have something that might be able to help you. Perhaps, if you're interested.
All right.
Yeah, it's not far. It's just a couple blocks. Come on.
Sure. Okay. Let's go. And as we're going, I'm gonna take out my phone and I'm gonna send a text message to Raven explaining what's going on.
All right.
I tell her that I found my brother and that I'm visiting him.
And we'll jump over to Raven and Beth real quick as you guys are waking up. And it's
What
around
time?
like 7
What
or
time
8.
is it? What?
7:30.
Okay.
You receive a text from Yuko.
Okay. So it just says that he or she found her brother and
Yeah, that she's spending some time with him.
okay. Okay. Well, Beth doesn't really. She's not really sure how she feels about that, but she doesn't really know anything about Yuko having a brother, and so she's a little worried that Yuko's just, gone completely off the rails, but at the same time, she doesn't know where Yuko is, so there's not really anything she can do about it.
Yuko had a brother, but he died years ago.
What is Beth doing this morning?
Shaving her face.
Probably wishing she could get some more sleep, but now she has to take some more pain meds and let those take effect. And by the time they take effect, she'll have to do her, she'll have her physical therapy going on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I guess she's looking at news and things online just to try to see if there's anything nice and macabre to explore later on, especially around. She'd really like to know if there's anything about the dead body that was called in by an anonymous source. Do you have anything about that in the
Her death has been reported on. Her name was Lenora Anderson. She was a waitress at a diner. The article basically just says that at this time the police haven't released any details of her death, but it is the second recent killing that has happened in Moth Park within the last couple months. And people in the community are growing very concerned about this repeated violence.
Interesting. What time are you meeting? What would you say his name was? Steve? No,
Frank.
Frank.
When did you guys? When did he say that he was going to be up there?
Afternoon.
Huh. Well, I wonder if we have time to go check out some old newspapers. I mean, that tree's got to be what, at least 100 years old, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Huh. Oh, and I guess we do still need to find a new place. I guess that should be on the list too.
Yeah, we gotta figure out someplace to live, I guess. Um,
I mean, how far away is the Y from? From I mean, maybe you probably don't want that. You know, we could probably put up some cots, at your shop for a while, and we go to the Y or whatever, get showers and stuff until we find a place.
yeah, we could probably do that. It's gonna be pretty crowded.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I might get a bigger settlement at some point. A lot of lawyers and shit to worry about, but just seems like there's so much now and so much future, like all rolled into one. It's kind of weird. So, are we gonna pick up Yuko then sometime at some point? Did she
Um,
say?
yeah, I yeah, I think I'll text you go and just be like, what's happening and where are you?
Yuko, where are you?
Where am I?
Well, you are at a a abandoned apartment complex. There's a lot of crackheads kind of just milling about the parking lot and whatnot. But Kato just kind of like walks on by, pushes open the kicked in, broken front door, goes inside.
Against my better judgment, I follow him.
As you're walking in, like there's this guy just like emaciated looking, like he practically looks like a skeleton, shaved head, and um he just like keeps just staring at you, his mouth open, hanging open kind of slightly, his eyes just kind of following you as you enter the building.
Your roommate? I ask.
Oh, I don't know who the fuck that is. There's always new faces coming through here.
Okay. So what is it you wanted to show me?
He goes up to the second floor and he pulls a key from his pocket and locks the door. First off, welcome to my home. Me casa, you casa, whatnot.
So wait,
Have a beer,
did he just
have
lock me in
a
here?
lay down on the couch. What's all good? It's all good.
Did he just lock me in here?
What?
Did he lock me in here? Like that's something I'm
No,
asking.
no, he came in with you.
Okay. Alright.
He just throws you in there and locks the door.
Oh no, I know. I thought he like came in, then locked the door behind it. It's like, oh no. Okay. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, this apartment is like, it makes yours look like a fucking palace. The entire complex just stinks of mold for one, and the walls in here are just like peeling apart. You can see the wood underneath. As he kind of flicks on the lights, there's a bunch of cockroaches in the kitchen that scatter in all directions. And the apartment itself is just a mess. There's clothing just all over the floor, spilled bongs, spilled beers, just leftover takeout just from weeks ago, just like sitting on the tables. And I know it's not much to look at, but it's home.
What is it you wanted to show me?
Look, Yuko, you need to take it easy. You need to chill out a bit. And I think I got something here that could help you.
Oh yeah, so you brought.
He goes to the fridge and he goes to the fridge and he Say again.
I just wait to see what he does. I'm just like, oh no.
He goes to the fridge and he opens it and he pulls out like this bottle, just unlabeled plastic bottle, and he unscrews the top.
What's that?
Kind of empties a couple pills into his hand and turns and kind of like extends the hand out to you. The pills are just plain white pills, unmarked.
I look at the pills for a second. What is it?
Well, it's this new thing that's been hitting the streets. I don't even think it has a name yet, but it is the shit, Yuko. You, I've tried everything, all right? Acid, shrooms, but the things I've seen on these are not like anything else. I see colors that I swear are not part of the human the human spectrum. You know, of colors that you can see that they're completely off the charts. I see I don't know, like paths and trails and towers and lights.
As he says that, I look at him for a second. You said you saw a tower? And I...
Yeah. I sometimes...
Go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes I'll look up and I'll see him like it's like the ceiling is just gone and there's this tower just with brilliant light just shining down on me, and it's the most brilliant, most euphoric experience, Yuko. And I just, after what you were telling me about it, it seems like you could really use something to take the edge off a bit.
I look at him for a second, and I lower my gaze for a second, and I look back up at him and I say, "Did you see the thorns?"
He kind of frowns for a bit. Well, I've seen a lot of things. Like I've seen like snakes, like fucking snakes, like swimming in the walls. It's crazy shit, man.
What about the fairies? I ask him. And I'm just giving him this like I'm giving him this like dead ass serious look, like I'm not playing.
I mean, no, I haven't seen any fairies. Not that I can recall.
Good. If you do see them, don't let them fucking trick you, I say.
Oh shit, what the fuck are you on?
Let me see that pill, I say, and I'm gonna take it.
Alright. And you swallow the pill.
Yep.
It takes a little bit to kick in. You want a beer or something to help you relax? He goes over the fridge and he pulls out a beer, hands it to you.
I'm okay. I'm just gonna take a seat. And I'm gonna send Raven a message and say that I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say that something came up with Miss Riley, and it's very important.
And as you send that text out, you start feeling like this, like kind of like you start kind of sweating a bit as your body temperature kind of like the room starts to get like really humid and muggy, and this like sensation begins to just like crawl across your skin.
All right, like basically like hug myself. It's kind of hot in here.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does that. He Kato sits down next to you and he starts rolling a joint. And I think this. I know Beth needs to get going, or Benji needs to get going pretty soon, and so we will end things here as the walls begin swimming and twisting around Yuko.
Okay.
And yeah,
Sweet.
So 2 weeks then? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, we had a short session today. Yeah, we could go next week.
Okay.
Cool.
Man.
Well, let us know if you need to switch things up.
Definitely, we'll do. We can do beats now.
Okay.
Sweet.
Let's
I don't
see.
think anyone accomplished any aspirations.
No.
No, definitely not. We gain
I
one
don't even.
beat.
I have one short-term aspiration. I don't even have the other ones. I can't.
We gain one beat just from being in the session, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I'm up to 4 experiences now.
Cool. So I think everyone gains just one beat for this session. What's everyone's experience at?
I didn't know last week's or last time.
Oh no.
I I have one experience, 4 beats now.
Oh, you spent your experiences on something?
Yeah, she bought a point of occult, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I think I stopped the recording as well.